I dreamt about Edward that night. He was standing in a meadow, and the wind was blowing softly. He was standing there only in black pants, and he was really ripped and sexy. His wind was blowing through his auburn hair, and his brooding amber eyes looked up at me so divinely. I wanted to walk up to him and hug him, but then I walk up. I lied there and thought how sexy he had looked in the meadow, and I really liked him a lot. I didn't know if we were together now, so I decided to find him and ask tomorrow at school. The next day at school I found him and asked him. "Are we going out?" I asked uncertainly, twizzling my adorable red hair. I had dyed it a little while ago for a new look. Edward looked at me because he was studying for biology class. Erin, see? Continuity!
"Yes, but I can never be truly with you due to the hunger for your blood,"
said Edward sadly. I frowned.
"And there is something I want to show you after school," he spoke.
"Yes, come by the dumpster and don't tell your friends, and also smother yourself in barbecue sauce, if you will, for an added measure." I was excited because Edwards wanted to see me after school, and I wondered what he wanted it was to show me. Probably his pointy fangs in the back of his throat. All day at school I thought about what it might be, and hoped it wasn't anything evil or that. He was still a vampire, you know. I'm just giving him a second chance. After school, we met in the car park, and he led me to his car. It was dark blue with silver rimming, and it looked really nice, and I got more excited as he opened the door for me, and then I got in the other side. He sped out of the car park and took me to the forest to, overused ellipses, his house one. His house was big and not modern in style at all. It looked like a big Gothic romantic steel church, but was smaller with more rock on the outside, in that nice style people used to coat their homes in rock. He took me inside and introduced me to his mother, MC, and his father.
His mother's name is MC. Yeah, we got MC in the house tonight.
You dork. And his father Carlisle. They were nice, though kind of boring, and we talked for a while, but then he took me up to his room where we had lots of Reliant K CDs and a big bed.
"I'm going to show you what happens when I go into the sun."
"You mean like you did yesterday when you went to the sun and I just commented on how sexy you looked in the sunlight, so obviously I already know what you look like in the sun, you big twit." And he took off his shirt and stepped in front of a window. The sun shone on him and he started to sparkle like a diamond. Sparkle. He looked so hot and obviously worked out. He looked exactly like my dream because he was wearing black pants and he had taken off a slim-fit black tee for Abercrombie and Fitch. He smiled at me and then stepped away from the window and sat on his bed. I sat next to him and asked, "I thought vampires didn't sleep."
"They don't, but it looks nice,"
he told me, and then laid down so I could lay next to him. He was all sexy lying there, and I snuggled him, and he rolled over and coddled me, and I coddled him back, and we started to kiss. I had done it before, but my tongue had never felt fangs when doing it before. I took off his shirt, and then he took off my pink top.
But I still had the bra on, so shush.
Then Edward was on top of me, and we caressed. Then I felt something as he leaned down again. "No! Stop it! No!"
That's like a game. No, step it, no.
I yelled, and Edward rolled off me looking confused and sad again. "I can't do this yet." I looked at him and frowned because I'm sad for both of us. "I'm a Christian and we can't have sex until we marry." Edward looked sad at me and said,
"It's okay, I won't hurt you."
You know, it's not rape if you yell surprise or if you like it and all that palaver. And then he hugged me again and got horny, but we tried again, but this time I pushed him off and with all my clothes on. "You have to marry me first. I want to, but we cannot." And would put his clothes back on, and looked sad. I felt sad too, because he looked sad. It's too many sads in the same sentence. And then he had his shirt back on. Hee.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. "It's okay, we can try again later. But if we do it now, God will be mad. Remember it says in the Bible, 'Do not waste your seed.'" Edward said he understood, and then we just cuddled instead, even though deep down I really wanted to do it with him because he was big and sexy, and I loved God too much, and I didn't want to go against my religion. You should always stick to what you believe. Edward took me home that night and walked in to see my father sitting at the table eating. He had a hard day at work as the mayor.
I thought he was a firefighter.
Apparently he got promoted. Or maybe he's just really busy. But he had cooked me dinner, so I sat down with him and started to talk. "Where have you been, Joan?" he asked. "At my boyfriend's," I said, and Dad looked shocked. "You have a girl boyfriend?"
Yes.
Why? What? "Yes, his name is Edward Killin."
Edward
Killin. Dad didn't look happy, so I left him because he's an asshole sometimes.
Oh my God, I don't know your mother and father.
But I love him. Sure you do. And went to my bed and went to sleep so I could dreamt about Edwards. And what we would do tomorrow. Meanwhile, little did I know that there was another vampire who thought I smiled yummy. And he was coming to get me.
Dun dun dun.
Well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause they raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy, homeboy. We got your t-shirts and your left fingerprints and all, you are so dumb, you are really dumb, for real.
The man got away, leaving behind evidence. I was attacked by some idiot in the project.
So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, so he's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause they raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy, homeboy.